Federal government declares Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 as public holiday to mark Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary. And talks between the federal government, organized labor and management of Dangote refinery continues today, plus trending news in the world of sports. Welcome to Panorama. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Ogochkuka Ona. Talks between the federal government, organized labor and the management of Dangote refinery will continue today. This follows a deadlock in earlier negotiations over the reinstatement of workers allegedly laid off by the refinery. Joseph Otsen reports.
For more than 9 hours, key stakeholders held intense talks on unionization and the reported dismissal of workers at the Dangote refinery. After hours of deliberation, the negotiation ended in a stalemate with no agreement reached on the reinstatement of more than 800 affected staff.
Meeting we have not yet concluded. There are issues that we are still addressing, so we are reconvening to continue with the meeting.
We need to limit the damage to the economy of this action. We need to wrap it up, we need to resolve it, and we need to have workers going back to work. We need to have the gas flowing. We need to have crude flowing as inputs into production, which is where the economy is arrived at right now, where we are able to add value.
These people, they are fathers, they are mothers, their career is at stake. When you terminate people the way you've terminated them, it will be extremely difficult for them to find job anywhere. Some of these people are trainees, and you said they have committed sabotage. So if they go home like that, there is no other company they will get job to do again in Nigeria because they have seen them as saboteurs.
There is, however, a glimmer of hope as all parties agreed to reconvene, keeping the hope open for dialogue and a possible solution soon. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has announced that Royal Air Maroc RAM has paid the sanction fee imposed on the carrier for consumer protection related infractions earlier this year. This was disclosed by NCAA's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Michael Achimugu, in a post on his official X account. According to NCAA, RAM attracted the heaviest fines among foreign carriers due to incessant short-landed baggage issues and a lack of responsiveness to passenger complaints. The NCAA has warned that it would consider imposing heavier sanctions on RAM if these issues do not improve immediately. The goal is to sanitize the industry and provide passengers with a seamless travel experience, NCAA adds. Recently, the NCAA's Consumer Protection Department recovered sanction fees from several operators, including Kenya Airways, which paid a sanction fee on September 17, 2025 for passenger rights violation involving Gloria Omishori. Now, Nigerians in the diaspora have been assured of robust engagement under President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Vice President Kashim Shettima told them at a meeting in New York that government is positioning Nigeria in its rightful place in the Committee of Nations, urging them to keep believing in their nation. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Nigerians in the diaspora meeting the Vice President in New York on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly.
We need to come together, the private sector, the civil society, the government, the diaspora. Yes, indeed, we do have what it takes to make Nigeria a great country.
All our efforts are not in vain. Nigeria is moving.
All we need is an inclusion, acceptance back home, because we have all the will to go back home and give back at home.
Nigeria is the big brother to a lot of African countries. We are here to, build SureSend as a remittance platform. There's an outreach for us in Nigeria to build a smarter SME platform to help bridge the gap within financial discrepancies.
And the Nigerian American community is the most upwardly mobile immigrant community in the United States.
Vice President Kashim Shettima commended the resilience and belief of Nigerians in the current government, noting their capacity to add value to the country's transformation efforts.
Are making progress. I always cite the case of a company, an oil palm company. It's called Presco. 2 years ago, Presco's share was going for 345, 400 naira. In the last 2 years, Presco's share grew by 247%. Dr. Ali Garba, go and buy Presco shares. For the first quarter of this year, Presco posted a profit of 58 billion naira. And this is just a microcosm of the larger Nigerian economy. So opportunities abound. It might interest you to know, ladies and gentlemen, our foreign reserves is now hovering in the neighborhood of $42 billion. We have crossed the Rubicon, and we are on a path to sustain growth and stability.
When they all come together, we had a fantastic event this year. We also have the data mapping portal. And there are programs for you, for instance, the diaspora mortgage, where you can get 50 million naira mortgage to own your own homes. And we've created a portal where you don't need to be duped to own your own home. So many things for the diaspora.
He urged the Nigerian community, not just in the United States, but across the world, to be proud of their heritage, noting that the nation's positive development indices in all spheres of the Nigerian is a reflection of well-thought-out policies of the Tinubu administration. From New York, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
A World Press Conference followed the activities lined up to commemorate Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary, with the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, hinting that Nigeria's spirit will continue to remain high and unbroken as a nation after 6 decades. Shehu Muhammad Dati reports.
In speeches, the World Press Conference is a forum that provides Nigerians and stakeholders an opportunity to come together and celebrate the nation's independence, reflecting on the theme of the 65th anniversary, calling for all hands on deck to consolidate on the nation's progress.
The renewed hope agenda has become the guiding framework for transforming Nigeria. It is an agenda that speaks to national rebirth, inclusivity, and sustainable progress, thereby providing hope for our people, especially the youth, who represent the future of this nation.
The briefing captured key issues shaping Nigeria's development, including economy, security, and social justice.
We are all aware of the economic reforms initiated by this administration. They are bold and imaginative, but sometimes difficult, but necessary steps aimed at stabilizing our economy, restoring investor confidence, and laying a foundation for long-term growth.
At 65, Nigeria is more than a number. Today's World Press Conference and earlier activities have set the tune for October 1st, 2025 anniversary. In Abuja, I'm Shehu Muhammad, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu visits Imo State today, and a cross-section of Imo populace has expressed gratitude to the president for coming to inaugurate some of the laudable projects executed by Governor Hope Uzodinma. Kingsley Ononiwu reports that the people made their feelings known while commenting on the importance of the presidential visit.
Expected to be inaugurated by President Bola Tinubu during his official visit to Imo State include a brand new flyover project located at the control post area of Owerri, newly built Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwo International Conference Center, and the rehabilitated Owerri-Umuahia Road. Speaking on the presidential visit, a cross-section of Imo populace are expressing gratitude to the president.
The road actually reduce the prices of the transportation fare, and going to school will be easier. I know the president coming to Imo State, he doesn't come all the time, so him coming means that something good is bringing in.
Imo State Commissioner for Works, Ralph Nwosu, speaks on the quality of the projects to be inaugurated.
You know, we're at a particular spot. We are using it to solve the problem. We had to manage the space. We had space constraints without compromising quality, without compromising the safety of traveling public.
Finishing touches were ongoing at the sites of some of the projects, as at the time NTA News crew visited.
All right, Kingsley Ononiwu's report presented from the studio. All right, when I was little, we used to line up on the streets waiting for a president, a very important personality. All right now, let's go join Kingsley Ononiwu, who is live now, to give us more ambience right now. Hello, Kingsley. What's the feel like at this time?
Thank you for having me. We are right now on top of Assumpta flyover, one of the signature projects built to be inaugurated by President Bola Tinubu. As you can see, all listeners said people have gathered waiting for the arrival of number one citizen of Nigeria. This flyover is an important project because of the impact it is going to have on the people of the state, especially the road users. Before now, this particular spot used to be a no-go area in terms of traffic jam. But with the construction of this all-important flyover project by Executive Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, people now will feel the impact of it because of the role it's going to play in making sure there is smooth movement in and out of Owerri. By my right, this important flyover leads to Onitsha, Anambra State. By my front, it leads to Port Harcourt, River State. While by my left, it connects to Abia State and the other neighboring states. That's why it is very, very important that Mr. President will inaugurate this project by himself. And this has really excited Imo populace as they gathered from all nook and cranny of the state to witness this epoch-making event.
All right, very well, Kingsley, and I hope we'll get to see the president live there inaugurating the projects. Congratulations to the people of Imo State. And in the spirit of the independence anniversary, the federal government has declared Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, a public holiday to mark Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary. A statement from the Minister of Interior indicates that the Minister, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, congratulates Nigerians at home and abroad on the occasion. He urges citizens to sustain the spirits of unity and resilience since independence and to support the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The minister expresses confidence in Nigeria's continued growth in peace, progress and development while wishing citizens a memorable Independence Day celebration. All right, increased investment in education and economic empowerment for young people is a key solution to Nigeria's security and social challenges. This observation was contained in Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf's message to a pre-independence anniversary lecture organized by the Kano State government. Abdullahi Mustafa has the report.
A gathering that showcased Nigeria's unity in diversity and reflected Kano's cosmopolitan character. Young children from various ethnic backgrounds displayed the richness of their cultures, part of activities marking the country's 65th independence anniversary. With the theme, Strengthening National Security Through Unity and Development, the event brought together government officials, technocrats, and community leaders who presented ideas on tackling the major challenges facing the nation. Through effective discharge of civic responsibilities and active citizen participation in governance, they believe Nigeria's quest for accelerated development can be realized. Governor Abubakar Yusuf, whose message was delivered by his Chief of Staff, Suleiman Wali Sani, identified youth economic empowerment as a vital strategy for addressing security and social challenges.
They are our inventors, our peacekeepers, our cultural ambassadors, and our bridge to the future.
He noted that Kano State Government is already engaging young people in various income-generating initiatives through its wide range of programs and policies. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
The federal government says it is intensifying efforts to translate youth-focused priorities into feasible, inclusive and impactful programs that reach every part of the country. Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, stated this at a two-day retreat on presidential priorities and deliverables organized by the ministry in Abuja. Olainka Ojo reports.
Delivering on the presidential priorities represents an important milestone in Nigeria's shared journey. For the ministry that oversees the affairs of the greatest asset of any economy, this retreat serves as checkpoint and a strategic pause to reflect on how best to accelerate national development and rebuild public trust in governance.
We must replace silos with synergy, bureaucracy with responsiveness, and routine with innovation.
Responding to questions on the robustness of data tools, the minister says the ministry remains a place of hope and empowerment. He notes that in the second quarter review of 2025, the ministry achieved more than its targets in youth empowerment, digital skills training, mentorship and career development.
The Nigerian Youth Academy, NTA, has recorded over 250,000 youth actively engaged across the Youth Academy itself, the NTA gig, the NTA job and internship, the youth NTA community.
The scheme has continued to drive active development and empowerment initiative and youth support system through enhanced partnership.
That together we can achieve results that resonate with our youth and communities across the Federation.
The theme of the retreat underscores the ministry's commitment to translating vision into action. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
For years, weak communication channels and fragmented information flow have hindered effective coordination across Nigeria's education sector. Limited stakeholder engagement and inconsistent messaging have also affected public trust and the impact of government policies. Now, the Federal Ministry of Education is set to address this through its 2025 to 2027 communication strategy and framework, a blueprint designed to improve transparency, efficiency and productivity across its departments, agencies and institutions. Let's get details from Zenret Dingmo.
This initiative is set to become the lifeline of operations across the Federal Ministry of Education. Its goal is to modernize and streamline communication processes, ensure that reforms are efficiently implemented, and the ministry's mandate fully achieved. For stakeholders, the new system will simplify the exchange of information and data, particularly between federal government and subnational entities, thereby improving outcomes across the sector.
Integrating communication plan and department work plan and budgets. Reforms succeed only when they are clearly communicated, understood, and embraced by all stakeholders.
It's a blueprint for telling Nigerian education story with clarity, credibility, and consistency. It unites all our departments and agencies under one framework.
Meanwhile, in build-up to the forthcoming World Teachers' Day, the ministry also organized a symposium and media engagement, focusing on the roles of teachers, school leaders, and policymakers in mentoring and creating safe and inclusive learning environments in communities nationwide.
Let us share our weaknesses so that somebody who has a better strength than you in that area will help you to build your knowledge gap.
One effort create a culture, very good culture, where collaboration is regular, embedded professional norms, rather than a one-time event.
Collaboration among teachers transforms the profession from a solitary task into a dynamic community of practice.
This year's World Teachers' Day theme emphasizes recasting teaching as a truly collaborative profession. In Abuja, Zenred Dingmun, NTA News.
And on a sad note, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu expresses sadness over the unfortunate and untimely death of her staff of Arise News Media, Somtochukwu Maduagu. In her condolence message, she describes Somtochukwu as one of the nation's young and brilliant minds in the journalism profession, noting that it was painful to see her life cut short in her prime. While condoling with the chairman, Arise News Media, Chief Nduka Obaibena, Somtochukwu's family, friends and colleagues, and of course the loved ones, the First Lady expresses hope that the perpetrators are apprehended as soon as possible and brought to book. She prays God to grant repose to the soul of the deceased and gives her family the fortitude to bear the loss. And similarly, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has described the death of Arise News anchor, Ms. Somtochukwu Christel Maduagu, as regrettable and a grievous loss, not only to her immediate family and the Arise News team, but to the Nigerian media fraternity and indeed the nation. In a letter of condolence to the chairman of the Arise News channel, Chief Nduka Obaibena, the minister described as shocking and untimely the death of Ms. Somtochukwu Christel Maduagu, who was a vibrant and a dedicated news anchor, consummate lawyer, and a model of professionalism. Mohammed Idris gives assurances for a swift investigation to unravel the circumstances leading to the death of the news anchor. And on that note, we conclude Panorama this afternoon. Many thanks for watching. Happy Independence in advance.